right before Kenneth had to leave the island, we were like, guys, we need to make this month the best thing ever. And I don't know where the name came from. Do you guys remember? We called it Donkey Dick
I think
December.
it came from Garrett. I think Garrett just
That
said it
sounds like a
once or
Garrett
something.
thing.
Really?
That sounds like some
Garrett
stupid
said
thing
it
Garrett would
once.
say.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Garrett, you
Yeah.
said it once, and we were like, "Whoa, we have to name it that." That's the name of this
What?
month. There it is. That's the name. I
Yeah.
remember this so clearly. Yeah.
So we just
I don't
made this
even
conscious
remember.
decision that we just had to make this like the best month of our lives. I don't know why necessarily it had to be that way. I guess because Kenneth was leaving, but
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start with this either. We found out some of the things we learned. One was Garrett is some insane piano arcade player for no reason. We go to
I
the
Oh
remember
arcade
this.
yeah.
at the mall, and we're just trying out games, whatever, like messing around, playing arcade basketball, which I always wanted to. Kenny was so bad at that. Remember the arcade?
Ah,
Okay,
dude, I
whatever.
was the best. I
Dude, I
I was
You were
remember,
MVP.
not.
dude. I remember I destroyed you in arcade basketball every
Oh
single
no,
time.
you
It
did
was like
not.
no competition,
Oh
bro.
my God.
Like Shannon
Is
would be
this
missing left and right. I would just be
payback
dunking
for
in
the
there. Like,
Yo,
oh
I
my god, it
remember
was crazy.
Shannon actually offered to pay for Garrett to go more rounds. I remember.
yeah. No, no,
I know. I
Garrett,
remember too.
that's
Shannon was
not how
like,
that went.
"Please beat me." He was like,
No,
"Please beat me. I'll give you money if you beat me."
this
I
is
was like,
not
"All
how
right,
that
okay. I mean,
went.
I'll."
Guys,
He was
that's
just paying
not
for
how
the
it went.
tokens.
Yep.
No, Garrett was paying me to play him because Garrett was so mad that he kept on losing to me. Garrett's a very
Mm.
competitive. So when Garrett doesn't win, he gets a little upset. So you kept on just slapping another 100 yen next to my hand. You're like, another one, another one. I'm like, okay. But my arms were so much longer that I'm just like dropping the balls in the hoop, and then Garrett's like actually taking jump shots.
Yeah,
And
was
Kenny was just watching. Kenny was probably on his phone or something. But what we're talking about is the arcade piano game. Kenny's like trying it out. Kenny's going through the tutorial, and Garrett has his own account, and he's like, have you know the movie Monsters vs. Aliens, wherever the president goes up to play the piano for the robot? That's Garrett on here. He's like doing spin moves, like just hitting every key perfectly.
yeah.
And Kenny's just freaking out. He's like, bro, he's still on the tutorial. I'll put that video up there.
I remember this actually.
Yeah, it was just one of those moments where we were like, we can confirm 100% that Garrett has no life.
Yep.
That was,
No life
that
at all. Zero.
we
Nada.
spent. uh,
Yeah.
and possibly the biggest thing to happen within this month was the trailer night, as we refer to it as.
That was
Oh
probably
my
one of the
god.
best.
This has a lot of backstory.
Yeah.
So
So
I get
yeah,
invited to
you,
Elizabeth's birthday party at White Beach, which is pretty long drive, probably like 40, 45 minutes from Camp Lester and where we live. And I'm like, yeah, I want to do it. And she was saying like a bunch of people were staying the night up there. So I'm like, this is a great opportunity. I'm gonna see if Kenny Garrett want to go, which she didn't mind if you guys tagged along. And I worked it out with my parents. We were gonna have our own trailer to sleep in on White Beach,
yep.
and we didn't really have a lot of plans going into that night for what we were gonna
Nope.
be doing. But we go to Elizabeth's party, and bless Elizabeth. Sorry, Elizabeth. This was the lamest party ever. Like, there was nothing to do. She told us ping pong was going to be there, and she has this like just this folding table with like this cheap net on it with suction cup like toilet plungers holding this net up, and like we're
And it
just
was
like, what?
outside, and the
It
wind
was
was blowing.
outside. It was windy because we're on the beach.
Yeah.
So this is unplayable. And I remember Coach Lawson shows up, like wanting to play a game of ping pong before he has to drive all the way back, and he's just like so disappointed. He's like, it was unplayable. And
But we
anyways,
fixed that. We fixed that
we
problem.
fixed that, no problem at all. We ended up going all the way back down to our trailer, and Elizabeth's was like up this hill, and we find a piece of plywood. Just I don't know where this plywood comes from or why the plywood is just sitting up against this trailer. But Kenny, do you remember exactly what happened?
Yeah, it was at night. We
Yeah.
were I think we like walked out or something like that. Oh no, I remember we went out with everyone for like a quick second or something like that. I think Marissa was there too, right?
Yes.
Anywho, we went out with all of them. James was there too, and everything like that. I remember that pretty clearly. And then after that, we were walking back. We were about to like sleep or like call it like wraps for like the night or something like
Yeah.
that. And then I was like, yo, there's some plywood over there. I was like, you can use this to play some ping pong. And then Shannon was like, no way. Shannon was like, no way. And I was like, yes way.
I don't know. That's exactly what.
And then we brought it inside. And then
Well,
we
first,
did the whole setup, duct
we
tape
had
and
to walk
everything.
all the way
We-
back to Elizabeth's cabin just to get
I
the
forgot how
duct tape.
far away that place was. I forgot how
That
far
place
away
was
the place was.
far. It was a long walk, but we did it just
It's
for the
really
duct
far.
tape, so we could build a duct tape net.
We used the
And then
whole roll.
Garrett had his ping pong stuff with him, so that was perfect. So this trailer is really narrow, so we try to set it up in the kitchen at first. And we have this duct tape net, and we like duct tape the lines along the edges too. And the net is just like so like frail and wobbly. And we try to set up in the kitchen, the trailer didn't work. There was no way that was gonna stay.
No.
So we ended up putting it on the bed. And like when you're playing, you're just like pressed up against the edges of the trailer, like your butt is up against the window, and you have no room to run. And you're just like playing back and forth with the ball like right up against your crotch. And it's so much fun. And we have like
It
the
worked,
Christmas
though.
music going. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had our Santa hats on, and we were playing points, and Garrett's getting super mad because he's losing. And Garrett goes on this epic rant. Kenneth, can you explain from your perspective?
Okay, but he lost twice though. That's like,
You lost twice. You
But-
lost twice.
but he did. I mean,
So I think we were switching like the winner stays, and Garrett allegedly said that I lost 2 times in a row and I was still playing, which is not true. I would not do that.
I remember when we were playing, Kenny would like smack the ball as hard as he could into the net, and then the net was so flimsy that it would just like the ball would just go through
Yeah,
and land on the other side, and then he
It
would
was-
just take the point.
and it would bother you so bad. It was funny.
Yeah.
And something else we did in there was we watched a movie, which is probably the movie that defines our friendship the most, I would say, for some reason. It's 7 Days in Hell. If you guys haven't watched 7 Days in Hell, you're really missing out. What do you guys think about the movie?
It's been a while, but I think it was really
Overrated.
fun when we were watching it.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was an experience.
It
Yeah,
is
right after ping
made
pong.
for tennis players, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Charles Poole. I wanted to be Aaron Williams so bad, man. I still wish I was Aaron Williams.
You basically are. I mean,
The guy
Yeah.
got mad girls, man. Yeah. You guys should go watch the movie. There's just so many great scenes in there, and it's really not that long. I showed it to my friends in North Carolina, and they're like, "What is this thing?" And I'm like, "You have to watch it." And they're watching it like during class, and they're just like dying laughing, trying to like stay focused on the teacher. They're like, "Shannon, how did you find this thing?" I'm like, I know my ways. I know my
Yeah.
movies. Yeah.